glad to have you.
Thank you so much. Good morning. Thank you for the introduction. It's so difficult to be a speaker after you, Dad. I have to say that it was such a wonderful presentation that, don't look through him into my presentation. Anyways, I would like to thank you, Dr. Piękosz, for inviting me to this panel, especially that there is very little talk about the Alliance of Polish Clubs. I don't know what happened. Okay, about the Alliance of Polish Clubs, the organization that is almost 100 years. I have a PowerPoint, but I'm not going to read the slides. I will click through them, but I will rather talk because it would be probably easier for me. So anyways, at the turn of the 20th century, so the end of the 19th and the beginning of the 20th century, there was many Polish people immigrating from Poland to the Chicago area. And those people, as you know, there were no computers, there were no phones, there was very little about the radio and such and such. So they had very little contact with their home cities, home villages, home places. So people were gathering together within their places where they came from. And in the beginning of the 20th century, many people from little villages were getting together and organizing different kinds of clubs for social reasons, for cultural reasons, but mostly for two reasons. One reason was that they wanted to hear about their villages, their places of birth, their families, and the second one was to support each other here as they immigrated. So one of the first clubs that was organized here was the Club Szczurowa, that was officially established in 1902. So this year they will be celebrating 124 years of existence. And looking at that club, many other clubs were established. And so it came to the year 1928 that 12 different clubs got together and they decided that they need an umbrella organization that would unite all those clubs and help them become stronger here in the American society. You know, many people didn't speak English, which was difficult as well. And you, of course, know about discrimination of the Polish community. So it was very good for them to get together and to be together, to organize themselves. So most of those clubs came from a region of Małopolska, which is Tarnów area. So on May 22nd, 1928, they got together and they organized the Alliance of Związek Klubów Małopolskich, the Alliance of Lesser Poland Clubs Organization. A year later, they officially registered their organization with the state exactly on September 3rd, 1929. So, as I said, what was the most important for them, for the organization as such? They wanted to preserve the culture, the language, the heritage, national identity. They wanted to build a strong community, and they had very strong connection to Poland. And their connection to Poland exists up to now through major support, financial and material support to their cities, villages and areas where they come from. They supported financially their places through, and they built schools, they built churches, they supported financially medical clinics, also individual people when it was necessary. So it was a very big financial support from here to there. And I want to stress that our founding fathers didn't think of having like a business behind the organization. So since the beginning of the Alliance of Polish Clubs, that first name was Alliance of Związek Klubów Małopolskich, was based strictly on charitable activities and non-for-profit activities. So whichever funds were ever collected through organizing dinner dances, different kinds of events, picnics, the little clubs collected the money, and up to today, they're sending the money to Poland to support their places of birth. To be honest with you, through meetings with many officials from Poland, we're advised not to do it anymore. We're advised to support us here in the United States, in Chicago. However, you know, people in the Alliance of Polish Clubs are so connected through their heart with their villages that they still look up to support those villages. And you know, the money now is not like it was years ago when they were sending $100 and the entire village had a great party for that money. Now $1,000 is nothing. And you know, our organizations, including Alliance of Polish Clubs, are getting older. So younger people are not so much interested in getting involved, but I will get to it. So as I said, Alliance of Polish Clubs, which I will go back to that later on, in 1978, the Związek Klubów Małopolskich changed the name to the Alliance of Polish Clubs, Związek Klubów Polskich, for the reason to allow more clubs from different areas to become members of our organization. So as I said, we're not for-profit organization, we're based in Chicago, and since the beginning, we're a very democratic organization. We elect the president and the officers during the Sejm. Initially, they called it Zjazd. However, it had a very bad connotation with the Zjazd party. Okay, so they changed the name to Sejm, to you know, not to have any connection with the communism. Alliance of Polish Clubs since the beginning has been a very patriotic, very religious organization and very based into Polish culture, to the extent that our meetings are still in Polish language. We speak English, but we believe that it's our obligation to cultivate Polish language. Not everybody likes it, but that's how we are. Thank you for mentioning a number of times the May 3rd parade. Our major events is the May 3rd Constitution Day parade in the center of the city. Practically since a few years, it's entire constitutional week. So we're not aiming only at the parade, which of course is the largest event, the most famous event, attracting thousands of people. However, throughout entire week before the parade, we have a variety events organized by the PNA, Polish National Alliance, by different organizations, by the Polish American Police Association, and so on, so on. Of course, before the parade in March, we have a big event, which is the election of the parade queen. We elect the Grand Marshal, honorary marshals, and since I would say 10 years, we're electing Friend of Polonia. And here, maybe anecdote, right now, we're stuck. We don't know who could we select or elect as a Friend of Polonia, and I can tell you why. Usually, the expectation is that this is a person who is not of Polish background, not Polish heritage person. So right now, I have to say that we ran out of the friends. You probably are aware of, which Dan stressed many times. We're not really visible in politics. We're not visible in any level of government. So wherever we need to do something, we have to get our connection with some other ethnic group, people who are, in those positions. And honestly, there are not many people who really support us. So it's a question for everybody here. Maybe you have an idea who we can select for a Friend of Polonia. We, as Alliance of Polish Club, organizes 𝐏𝐸𝐴𝑔𝐤𝐻, which is the Easter celebration, opłatek, Christmas. It used to be Polonia opłatek, because when we started 30 years ago organizing opłatek, it was the only opłatek in Polonia. Right now, December comes, every day somebody has an opłatek, but we still have that opłatek. We, our friends from all organizations come and we celebrate together that wonderful holiday. The second biggest event that Alliance is organizing are dożynki. It's a harvest festival, and I call it Polish Thanksgiving. Sometimes, to be honest with you, people look, oh, dożynki is such a village, such a farmer's event, we don't care about it. No, it's a huge event also in Poland, and I'm sure Mr. Consul can confirm, including the President of Poland, who attends dożynki in Poland. It's a very important event. Luckily, there is a big interest in not only in the Polish community, but also within our American friends. They come to the event. It's usually third or fourth Sunday in August. Within the Alliance of Polish Clubs, I would say the most beautiful and very important, extremely important monument was built, 𝐾𝐬𝐬𝐿 massacre monument. It was blessed by Cardinal Glemp in 2009. The person who really was like an engine of building that monument was Wojciech Seweryn, whose father was killed in Katyn. And I would say his life goal was to build a monument to remembrance of all those 40,000 of officers, soldiers, policemen, intellectuals who were killed by Russians in Katyn. It was a huge work that he went through. He came to the Alliance of Polish Clubs, and under our organization, the monument was built. A year later, in 2010, he flew with the Polish delegation, and in the plane that was in the air disaster by Smolensk. So right after the Alliance built the other monument, the Smolensk monument, right by the Katyn monument. And right now, this is the place where we have the major patriotic events, as well as many Polish delegations, and not only Polish, but abroad delegations that come to Chicago to visit us. They go pay tribute, pay honor to those who were killed, and lay wreaths or flowers or put up the candles. Also, you know, we're having wreath laying ceremonies 3 times per year, on or around April 10th, for the September 17th, and of course for November 1st, the All Saints Day. We're very happy that the students are involved in helping out, taking care of the monument. It's located, for those who never been there, I would strongly recommend to make a trip to Niles. It's on Milwaukee Avenue, across the street of non-existing anymore White Eagle, unfortunately. But we will have like condominiums built, so that's life. The money that was collected for building 𝐾𝐬𝐬𝐻𝐻 monument came from Polonia, from mostly individual people, from organizations, and it wasn't just one person, or, you know, it's Polonia. 2 minutes? No way. So anyway, 2.5, okay. So anyways, as I said, we are a very democratic organization. So we have conventions, same that initially were called 𝐶ℎ𝐼𝐺𝐻𝐻. In 2024, we had 31st Sejm. I became my 2nd term of being the president. And I want to go, I don't have enough time to talk about our history, but I would like to share with you this this logo. That's our logo. You can see on my pin, but also it's in the Polish Museum, which I just found out that on the ceiling in the Polish Museum in Paderewski room, there is this painting, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's us. So if you look at it, this sewer is sewing education. It's not about being just the harvester. It's about sewing education, because that's the main goal of our organization. So I will go quickly. In 1978, we changed the name of the organization. We realized that our organization is becoming old, so we're reaching out to younger people. And it's been for 26 years that we're electing a Queen of the Parade. And it's not a beauty contest. I would like you to understand it well. It's a contest in which we want to support young women by providing for the winners, for the Queen, 1st runner-up, 2nd runner-up, for the Miss Congeniality, for the photo person, and for the talent person, and such and such. We're providing a scholarships for college. The highest for the Queen used to be $3,000. We're looking at raising it a little higher, but you know, we have to collect money for that, or get sponsors. We're lucky for all those years there are people who want to provide scholarships for the students. The Queens are also invited to the Heritage Leaders Club within the Alliance of Polish Clubs, where the young ladies are mentored to become leaders in the community. That's our goal. Maybe I should mention my husband, Jan Kopeć, is here. He is the chairperson of the committee that takes care of the Katyn monument, and he was the alliance president for 7 years before me. So sometimes people are saying this alliance is like a family organization. Especially, I have to tell you, when it comes to the parade, our entire family is involved during the day of parade, because we need 60, 70 volunteers in order to for the parade to happen, beside all the policemen and securities that we're hiring. But we need young people to help out with the parade. There is so much I would like to say, but they're already nervous, so I will share with you a few pictures of what we're doing. Our last thing is we're issuing a new paper, new magazine, which will be issued quarterly. The first edition was issued in August, and this is the Christmas edition. It's in 2 languages because we want also people who don't speak English, don't speak Polish, to learn about our culture, about our customs. This is from the Dożynki with Maria Papas, for those who know. She is with Monika Lebenstein. She is, I would say, one of those girls who participated in the election of the Queen, who is very, very successful, and she is a very good leader of Polonia right now. Here is from our banquet with the Ułani, who are also a part of the Alliance of Polish Clubs Katyn monument. The second picture is when we added honorary name to Diversi Street, the street where our headquarters is located, as an honorary Alliance of Polish Clubs street. Some guests at the May 3rd parade. It's from the banquet. Here is the parade. So I have a few pictures. The big thing also on May 2nd, we're doing the Polish flag raising ceremony on Daily Plaza. It's like a really center of the city, by the city hall, by the Daily Center. The Polish flag is raised, and I have to tell you, this is the most touching event of all. In the morning, Polish National Alliance has a wreath laying by 𝐏𝐸𝐴𝐺𝐸 monument. We also do different things with the Consulate General. We had for March 8th, which is Women's International Day, we had Starym Kinie, old black and white movie night for the women. We had in non-existing government, state government building exposition about Poland, and here as within Alliance of Polish Clubs, we have different committees, but also 𝐏𝑝𝑖𝑐𝑎 folk theater. We have Friedrich Chopin chorus and
-2 minutes.
yeah, -2. Thank you very much. I'm sorry. I could say more, but that was an honor.